What's going on, weenies? Welcome back to Wiener Workouts. So I just came back from my walk and I'm in the kitchen right now getting my meal ready for tonight as I'm going to be heading out to school soon. So let me show you guys what I'm making real quick. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've got a big old pot of pasta right here. I made enough for me and my younger brother to eat because he really likes this dish. And those are rotini noodles. They are gluten-free. I've also got some red bell peppers, some jalapeno peppers, garlic, onions, a ton of mushrooms, and because we both like it spicy, I added a lot of red pepper. This thing is probably one of my favorite dishes to eat, and although I can only eat it once a week, I really look forward to it, and today's the day. So that's what I'm going to be eating for tonight. I hope you guys think that looks really appetizing because it really is. But as of right now, I'm just going to be eating the leftovers that I had for dinner yesterday, the lightsaber lentils. So before I go to school, I just thought I'd take a minute and talk to you guys about diet and nutrition and what I'm following, just as a reminder. I've been following this diet plan pretty strictly, I mean like to a T. I've been having oatmeal basically every single morning except for Thursdays and Sundays, and then for dinner I'm having the same meal that I scheduled for that week. So like Monday I've had the lightsaber lentils, today I'm going to have the Padawan pasta, tomorrow I'm going to have the black beans and rice, and then Tatooine, go so on and so forth. I'll probably link you guys the diet plan in the description so you guys can see what I've been following. Nonetheless, I wanted to talk to you guys specifically about junk food and why you should refrain from eating it. I'm not saying don't eat it at all, I'm just saying why you should reduce your amount. Before I get into the details of why you should reduce the amount of junk food that you eat, I thought I'd talk about the cravings that you might have and why you might be addicted to eating them. Let me just give you some personal experience. Last year, I was in a really terrible state of mind. I would find myself depressed some nights. I would find myself slacking in my work, all that sort of stuff. And at the end of the night, the only thing I'd look forward to is eating a bag of chips or some ice cream or some Oreos. And it was terrible. And I tried getting rid of that addiction for junk food by just eating healthy food all the time. And I found that that didn't work for me either. Let's talk about you for a second. If you find yourself craving these junk foods late at night, instead of actually going out and buying those chips and the Doritos and the candy, why don't you just substitute it for a healthier option? So when I find myself craving the junk food, instead of buying Lay's potato chips, I go to the kitchen and make myself a batch of popcorn. It's low in calories, it's satisfying, and it tastes great. It's a perfect substitute. If you find yourself disconnected from eating those junk foods, then I would suggest finding substitutes that have the same quality or texture. So instead of popcorn, maybe you should go out and buy veggie chips. because those are low in fat and I don't think they have a high amount of sodium. So that would be a good substitute. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that if you have cravings for junk food, satisfy it, because you'll find yourself going crazy at night saying, "Oh, I need it. Oh, I shouldn't eat it. Oh, I need it." Like, you'll just go completely manic. Instead, once you find yourself substituting those junk foods for healthier options, then you'll begin to get in those good habits of eating healthier foods without even noticing it. So as of right now, it's been over 75 days of me following this diet, and I have probably zero cravings for junk food. Anytime I see a bag of chips, I just say to myself, nope, I'm on a mission. I don't need you. You're going to make me feel like crap tomorrow morning. I don't want you in my life. I don't even want to go into the science of why eating junk food is bad for you. You guys know better to refrain from eating those foods because they're just going to make you feel worse. So instead, I'd like to give you guys a practical look on it. The practical side of it is fairly simple, and I'm going to be quoting Brandon Carter and giving you his example of why you shouldn't be eating it as much. So in one of Brandon Carter's videos, he gives the example of the grasshopper and the ant. I don't know if you guys have heard this story. If you haven't, I'll go ahead and explain it right now. The story goes that the ant is working all summer. He's just busting his butt, trying to make his little hill, working, sweating, grinding it all out, right? And here comes this grasshopper just hopping all around. He looks at the ant and he's telling him, "Why are you building your home? You should be out having fun. Just look at the weather. It's beautiful out here. I'm just hopping and enjoying myself." The ant tells him, "I can't really talk right now. I'm too busy. I gotta make sure that everything is perfect for the winter." Grasshopper goes, "Oh man, you're crazy. You should have fun right now and just have as much fun as possible." Winter comes. The ant is just chilling, hands behind his head, laying back, enjoying his nice little cozy anthill. Meanwhile, the grasshopper is hopping from place to place, trying to figure out where he can stay. You're probably wondering, how does this relate to junk food? Well, it's quite simple. Thank you for asking. The ant has been working hard all year long, even during the summer, the time that he should be enjoying himself. But he can't, because he knows that the goals he set have to be met. So, at the end of the year, when he's done all his tasks and he's finished everything up, he gets to finally sit down and grab an ice cream cone and say, "Yes, my hard work has finally paid off. I need to satisfy my craving." While the grasshopper has been satisfying his cravings throughout the entire year, he's been binging on junk food, he's been hopping around, enjoying himself, and then by the end of the year, he struggles with reality. He's finding himself lost. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know how he's going to lose all this weight. You see my point? Again, I just want to reiterate the fact that if you're struggling to stay away from the junk foods, then just merely substitute it. Make your life easier, because by the end of the year, it's going to be completely worth it. And who knows, you might just cut those cravings completely. You might start craving bananas, you might start craving avocados, you might start craving all these healthy foods and find actual taste in them. There's only one thing that concerns me about your health, you guys, and I want you to always keep this in mind. And that is, be a wiener, not a winner. I gotta go to school. I'll see you guys tomorrow.